Alright, I'm not gonna lie guys, 2K has been cooking for real with NBA 2K25, man. What is up guys? I hope you guys are doing well. I'm Konstantine, and of course in today's video we are going to be talking about the city in NBA 2K25. And I'm not gonna lie guys, like I said, they have been cooking, they have been listening. There's still a few things here and there that are pretty iffy, things that we don't know behind the scenes until the game drops, you know. But it seems like 2K has really listened to a lot of our feedback and everything like that. I mean, first off, we're gonna jump right into this, man. The city is a lot smaller, it's a lot more compact, and I really like the design and how they did it. They just have a main street, which on this main street they actually have like the Hollywood stars, you know how they have that on the sidewalk and everything. They have something similar, but it has every single championship team throughout NBA history on that on the sidewalk essentially, and you can actually add more teams to it as you progress through your MyCourt and win championships. So that's a nice little touch. But I do like the layout. They got that main street, you know, that's where all your shops are going to be. They have two little cul-de-sacs right there. We'll kind of go through and kind of tell where they're at and everything like that. And then they got another street which has, you know, obviously some more stores or whatever, the beach. It's nice, direct, and everything's there that we need. We don't need to be walking for an hour just to get to where we need to be. So, thank you 2K. Now here's this next shot of that main little boulevard, that's what I'm gonna call it. It's kind of nice, the little subway thing is like right in direct center of the whole city. Perfect spot to have it, honestly. But we got Nike on the left, we got New Balance on the right. As you can see where that Jason Tatum is at, that is where your MyCourt is going to be at. Yes, if you haven't heard, MyCourt is back. And we're going to talk about that later because we're going to see the inside of it. Now, across from the MyCourt is a place, and look, it says coming soon and everything like that. And if you look closely, it's the theater. So theater is back, awesome. That was like one of my favorite modes, honestly, in 2K24. And going past that, it looks like we got Converse, we got that funky apparel shop, whatever it's called, Alter Ego I think is what it is, and some more shops on the way. And I can't quite tell, but it looks like Annie Up is that building that has the blue, white, and red, white, blue, whatever. But that's what it looks like to me. Now here in this next shot, this is the, if you go back to the other image of the whole city, this will be the whole circle spot on the right side. And we got the NBA store is over there. We have a Coliseum right there, which that is going to be basically the ranked mode and stuff. We'll talk about that when we get there as well. Now if you look to the left and you see the main building in that little circle area, right, it says limited edition. Now limited edition is going to be a new store that they have in NBA 2K25 in the city, and this is where all the major brand name clothing are going to be available at. And obviously it's going to be limited edition. They're only going to be available for, you know, a week or two or whatever, or however long they're going to be available. I have no idea. Now I know we love all those brand name clothing items and stuff, and it's cool to swag out, and that's cool if you want to do that, that's great. But we already know that these clothing items are going to be what, 10,000 VC, 20,000 VC, hell, even 50,000 VC for certain items. Now I can't tell you what to spend your VC on and stuff, but if you're going to spend that much money on virtual clothes, I'm sorry, to me it's a waste, you know. I want my player to look cool and swaggy too, but you know, I'd rather just wear NBA jerseys and, you know, just decent clothing and stuff. I don't need these brand names where I literally have to spend like 20 real dollars in order to get this virtual item, which by the way you're not even gonna have in 2K26. You're not gonna have ever again. In fact, the next year you're probably gonna have to buy it again for even more VC, more than likely. Now we got this next shot right here. It's a really cool shot of that main boulevard. But obviously we got the My Player on the BMX, which confirms also BMXs are back in the game. There's also some other vehicles which we will talk about when we get there. But you got the Wreck right next to him, you got Under Armour, you got New Balance. We already kind of pointed those out, well, besides Under Armour and the Wreck. Now speaking of the Wreck, we're gonna head into the Wreck right now with this next image. This is the inside the lobby. Now it looks like that it has like a squad entrance and a no squad entrance. That's always good. I love playing the Wreck, but honestly, we didn't really get a good glimpse of how the Wreck looks inside, like the actual court. It was a lot of just close-up shots with the guy dribbling and, you know, making a basket or whatever. But honestly, it just kind of looks like a futuristic dome type of thing. I mean, it's decent, but it's just for Wreck. I mean, it doesn't need to be anything fancy or anything. We're just there to play ball, you know. Now next up, we got this image, which is more towards the beach. Obviously, we got the blimp out there, Boston Celtics. I think they are actually going against the Boston Celtics in this because they had a billboard of the My Player and he was on the Rockets. So I'm thinking that they're, you know, at Boston Celtics home, because usually that's how it changes. You can kind of see the billboard kind of back there, but anyways, we got the Puma over there, and then you notice right next to Puma, we have a place called the Track. Now obviously, we're gonna get there, and we're gonna talk about it. But these beach courts right here, street ball, y'all remember the street ball in 2K24? You can go play the street ball against these computers, and you know, you get these rewards, and that's where you would meet NBA players, and they'd be, hey, beat this guy, beat that guy, whatever, and get cool rewards, right? I actually really enjoyed, and 2K said that this is where, like, it was the most popular game mode or whatever in the city. I don't know how true that was. I mean, I definitely loved it myself because I thought it was something different. I'm not a big park player, so that's me personally. So I would rather play these computers in the city, or even better yet, I would like to, you know, have my friends play with me against these computers and get rewards and XP and everything like that. I don't always want to go against actual real players, all the sweaties, everything like that. And guess what? Hey! Yes, 2K actually listened to that. So these street ball courts are actually co-op. So you can actually get two other of your friends, go 3v3 against these computers, and just get your rewards, get your XP. Last year, a lot of people like to use it to, you know, determine their hot zones and get those all going. It's to be determined whether that's gonna happen this year as well or not. So, but we also got some more shops. We got the Rise and Elite shop. Looks like Alter Ego right there. And it looks, I can't tell the one right next to Alter Ego. It might be embellished, but I'm not quite sure. Not 100% on it, but that's alright. So of course, Rise and Elite are coming back, and we're gonna talk about their courts shortly. I mean, to be honest, I'm really not impressed. Now this shot, we got our man Chris Manning, LD2K, and we got Shakedown. Now if you're wondering what this is, each of these buildings will actually have a little hollow help is what they're called, and they're just little help hubs, kiosks if you will, and if you want more information on the Wreck or whatever the building is, theater, doesn't matter, you can go to these, and LD and Shakedown will actually help you out, explain what it is and what you got to do there and everything like that. It's a nice touch. It's cool to see a futuristic hologram of LD2K and Shakedown, so really love it, guys. Nice little touch, 2K. Now this court, this kind of looks way different, right? Now this is another street ball court. So we got the two on the beach. I think there's three on the beach, to be honest. But this is another street ball court. It's on a rooftop. And I do like the touch of having a couple fans like sitting way up on these waves and stuff. I don't know what it is about it. It makes it a little bit more real, a little more, you're playing street ball, and that's how a lot of fans are. You know, they'll go climb something and just sit up there and watch and everything. So it's a nice touch. I'm glad 2K did something like that. It looks like a cool building. I'm not quite sure where on the map this one is at. I've been trying to kind of pinpoint where everything's at, but this one I'm not quite too sure. If anyone can point it out, please let me know down in the comment. I would love to pinpoint exactly where it's at. Next up, we got Ante Up. Now, like I said, I think that one building was the Ante Up building. It looked like it had it on the outside with the lettering, with the the red and gold and everything. But this building is probably my favorite building that they have made for 2K25. All marble, gold, got to be the fanciest crap that they could come up with, because you're gambling and stuff. It's got to be like a casino. They got the fanciest crap in there, man. So I dig it. They got 3s, they got 2s, and I do believe they even have 1s. So that'll be nice for you guys that like to do Ante Up. I know it's a big thing in the community. I don't really do it that much. I would like to be honest, but I just like going to the building and checking it out because it's always a beautiful building. But so props to 2K for that. All right, now we're on to the next one over by the Puma building, Event Center, and the track. Now here's the biggest thing everybody's been talking about since this trailer has dropped. That is right, your eyes do not deceive you with this one. We are not jumping back. This is not NBA 2K15, my bad. Oh, I fumbled out there, but we are having the old NBA 2K15 courts, the Flyers, Sunset Beach, and Rivet City, man. Now, I was always a Flyers. Let me know what your favorite affiliation was in 2K. I was a Flyer guy. I used to be Sunset Beach, and then I went to the Flyers. So I have a lot of good memories on this exact court. And they are bringing all 3 of the courts back, revamping them, or remastering is what they said, with all the new gen lighting and tech and everything like that. But here's the catch, guys. This is only seasonal content. You can't go to these parks at any time that you want to, so it's only going to be a limited time thing as an event or whatever. And the first one that they're going to be using is going to be the Old Town Flyers, right? For season 1 anyways. And then I think it said season 2 was Rivet City, and then 3 was Sunset Beach, I do believe. And then season 4 is going to be the Rivet City Championship one over on the freaking the airship thing. I can't think of the name of it, but the airship. Obviously you can see it right here. Or did I say Rivet City? I meant the Flyers. Oh my god, I can't believe I said that. My bad, guys. But yes, all these parks are going to be available, only seasonal, at the end of each season, I do believe. And so I was kind of eerie on that, because I'm like, okay, it's events, that's cool and everything, but I don't want to go there to play these events. I don't play a lot of the events that 2K puts on. I don't like them. A lot of times they are broken. There's too many sweaties and everything like that. Like I said, I'm not a park player, so I just always avoid it and stuff. But with the interview and the courtside report, they said that for these parks, they just want it to be a nostalgia type factor, a nostalgia gameplay essentially. Even though it's an event, apparently you can just go there and just ball out and get 2 times rep and experience and everything like that, and there's not an actual event. So I mean, if that's truly what they're going to do, then I'm all for it. I'll take the nostalgia for real, and I'll play with it, because that's sick. If we can just ball on these courts and call it good, I mean, that's all I want. Now next up is the Elite and Rise courts. This one is the Rise courts, and this is where I start getting a little irritated with 2K, because I don't understand, and it's probably just an appeal for younger kids and everything like that. So I mean, do what you need to do, 2K. I just think it's cheesy. No hate to Shakedown, no hate to LD2K and stuff, but I don't like the futuristic stuff. Obviously, their court is in a factory where they're making freaking Transformers and battle bots or whatever you want to call them. And I'm like, why? I just want to play basketball, bro. Like, what significance do these robots have? Like, am I gonna be able to ride in one of those at the end of the game cycle or something? Like, I don't think so. I mean, with 2K, you never know. Honestly, you really don't. But I'm just like, really? It's just so much over the top. It just makes the game bigger with a whole lot of things that really do not matter. They really do not matter. Like, we're perfectly satisfied just playing basketball on a beach or in this old town. You know, I mean, call me an old head and stuff like that. I don't care. But that's where I'd rather ball. I'd rather have like real world locations rather than these sci-fi crap courts. That's just me, man. I mean, yeah, okay, the robots look cool, but there's no significance to it. And basketball, I'm sorry, but there's not. Now, next up is the elite courts, and theirs takes place on... this one is a little bit better, but I don't understand 2K's fascination with pirates and futuristic stuff. And I mean, next thing you know, in 2K26, we could be playing basketball on a football field. I don't freaking know, dude. But for the elite court, the good details here are you can see this leaderboard, which is the top 10 rep leaders. That thing is back. It's always cool seeing who's at the top of the leaderboard and stuff like that, and just kind of following their journey. Yeah. And so it's pretty cool. You got all the courts. If you look on the ship, there's actually a court on the ship, and they also said there's a court inside the ship. So that's cool. I am a little worried with the court inside the ship with, you know, camera angles and stuff. I'm not sure. They didn't show anything of that. Unless I read the info wrong or heard it wrong. Like, don't be mad at me. I'm sorry. Here we got another shot, a little bit closer. And if you see that far court to the right, way in the back, and it's got like some sort of icon above it, right? Now they're introducing casual courts for newer players because it was always a pain in the butt. You go and you just are getting into 2K, right? You go to the park, you got all these freaking legends and veteran players that, you know, they don't want a brand new player because it's just a burden for the whole team, right? So they don't want to take care of them or whatever it is. So these casual courts are pretty nice. That'll be where newer players can go and get, you know, get their feet wet basically with park gameplay and how 2K works and, you know, all the lag and everything else. Very nice touch by 2K because they're thinking about all players. Now we enter the Coliseum. This is probably one of my favorite parts about the city. Probably one of my favorite features in the game, to be quite honest. This Coliseum is basically a ranked matchmaking, and oh my god, it is beautiful. I gotta tell you right now, not only is it cool with the Coliseum and everything, but you have 1v1s, you got 2v2s, you got 3v3s, and 5v5. Now with these ranked matches, there is no shot meter for anybody. And the difficulty setting will be the high risk, high reward setting for everybody. So you got no shot meter, high risk, high reward, which is, you know, the hardest to time and everything, and honestly takes the most skill for it. So this is on, and we've been asking for this for ages, for years, man, for years. And a lot of these people that have been asking for this mode stop playing 2K, to be honest. And so I imagine this is a way to try to get them back into the community and, you know, push the game further or whatever. I just hope, you know, lag is good and everything like that, and everything performs very well. Because if I were to get NBA 2K25, I'm going to be spending a lot of time in this very game mode, either 3v3s or 5v5s. I'm not a solo type player with, you know, dribble handles and everything like that. I'm a team player. I want a team, and no shot meter, highest difficulty. I mean, that just That's all skill right there. And it just takes me back to the old 2K days when we never had a shot meter and you had to learn everybody's shot, and it was beautiful. Now next up we finally got to it, the track. Now just real quick, in this shot, you notice the lampposts and the green releases. That's a cool touch. I like that little feature. It's a little nod to the the whole culture of 2K, green release and everything. But anyways, the track. This track is it's basically just a extracurricular activity. Now I don't know if we're still gonna have like the skateboard races and BMX races or whatever. I imagine we'll still have those, quote unquote vehicles to use within the city and stuff. But the track is where you have a go-kart and you race around and try to be top of the leaderboards for that, and whoever does win the top of the leaderboards, they actually will win 1 million VC. But with 2K there's always a catch, and if you guys remember, with all the other freaking all the freaking races that we had before, what was the catch? The catch was, in order to do the BMX races, in order to do the kart races, or whatever kind of race, you had to buy that actual object or vehicle in order to participate in those races. And I imagine that's going to be the same situation with the track. You're going to have to buy a freaking go-kart, which is probably going to be at least 100,000 VC. Knowing 2K, I'd say 50, maybe 75,000 to 100,000 VC is gonna be my range right there for a go-kart and everything. Could be more, who knows? It might be 250,000. I don't freaking know how 2K is gonna plan this, but as much as it sounds nice to try to do these races and win 1 million VC, it's gonna cost you some money just to even participate in it. Now, if they actually do some sort of 180 and they're just like, yeah, just come race and you don't have to actually buy the card or anything like that, then oh my god, I will give props to 2K for that for sure. But we know how 2K is. There's a lot of little details like that we don't know until the game releases. Now next up, we're going to the MyCourt, baby. Let's look inside. Here's a little shot of it. We got the Learn 2K. It's not very big. This is basically the main shot of the whole thing, the living area. You got the TV and you can do your games there, whatever. On this right side, you can't see it on the wall, but you have the Bet 2K thing where you predict who's gonna win the games throughout the NBA season. They got trivia. And then just on the opposite side is the whole court with the murals, everything, customize it. It's fantastic. I'm gonna recommend you guys to go check out QJB's full breakdown and walkthrough tour of the MyCourt, because it's a fantastic video, and it's gonna be a lot more than you're gonna learn from me just from these still shots and stuff. So I'll link that down in the description. Go check out QJB. Shout out QJB. He's one of my favorite creators. Been following him for years. So on to the next one. We have Starting 5 is returning to NBA 2K25, which is a nice, it's a very fun game mode. If you haven't tried it out, I definitely recommend it. And in front with the fancy looking glass is another street ball court. And this one is called the Temple. And as you can see by this shot, man, it's called the Temple for a reason. When I first saw this, I was like, wait up, are we playing basketball in a freaking church right now? No freaking way. So that was my instant thought for sure, with the freaking all the fancy glass, and yeah, it looks cool. And then I was like, hold up, is that like a pastor up there on that stage? It looks like a DJ, and I think it's a DJ. We're just gonna call it a DJ, but I'm like, this place has religious vibes in here, and I'm not gonna lie, I dig it. It's cool. It would have been a little bit better if they could, with the glass and stuff, the stained glass, if they actually, made designs out of it like a real temple or church or whatever. I think that would have been cool. They could have kept the court the same, that's fine, but just having random colors was, well, pretty random, honestly. So, but this is definitely a cool court. Definitely want to ball out on it. Now this next shot was kind of interesting. I had to go back to actually check it out because I thought I just saw something weird. But if you notice, right close to the basket, there's a drone. He flies right through, and I mean, I'm assuming it's just part of the crowd because I think they had some drones flying around in last year's game. I don't quite remember. But I was just like, does that play any significance, or is that just crowd? I'm assuming just crowd, you know. But it caught my eye, and I was like, wait, was there a drone just flying through there? So, interesting. Next up in this one, obviously this dude's wearing boxing gloves, and I don't get it. 2K, if we're playing basketball, why do we gotta have boxing gloves? I don't. Like, can we fight other my players? I doubt it. Gatorade facility is behind him. Cool. Oh, okay. Something just clicked in my head. My bad. But I just don't understand having these things. Like I said, it's probably more of appeal for a younger audience, not me. And last image that we got right here is another beach location. Now, if we go back to the first image of the whole city and stuff, if you look in the bottom right corner, there's like a little path on the beach, and I was like, what? Where does that path lead? And I'm assuming it's to this location because it's a lot closer to the mountain, to the ocean and everything like that. So I think it's more of a hideaway type beach court. To me, that just makes the most sense. But going back to that main image of the city, this big red building down at the bottom, I kept wondering what the heck it is, trying to pinpoint what everything is, and I'm pretty sure I figured out the answer, and it's the Gatorade. I'm pretty sure that's the Gatorade training facility, and I feel so dumb now because I'm like, where is everything? But, you know, it is what it is. But that is it for the city, guys. I mean, I gave you a lot of the little details and everything, the stores, events. We got the nostalgia. I don't know if I'm sold on the nostalgia yet and everything, but I'm not gonna lie, guys. I mean, 2K has been cooking with 2K25. This all looks very, very good, and hopefully it's all executed very, very well, and hopefully there's not a bunch of catches that 2K likes to put in there, you know, that ruin the game. We still don't know, you know, how much VC it costs to even get our my players to an 85 from the very beginning. Who knows, maybe you can only go up to an 80 or maybe a 75. You never know with 2K. Is it gonna cost twice as much as last year? Who freaking knows? They don't talk about that kind of stuff. And what other purchases are gonna be, you know, double the price or whatever? We have no idea, guys. So just keep that in mind, and 2K has the right to change anything that they want to, even if it's claimed in these videos and blogs and stuff, and they cannot be held accountable because of their terms of service, which is the main reason why I'm not buying NBA 2K25. And I'm not gonna lie, this has really sold me on it because it's a lot of stuff that we've all been waiting for so long. And honestly, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna pre-order it. I'm not gonna buy it day one, but I'm gonna let it release and see how the game plays out for at least a month. And I really don't want to accept the terms of service. I really don't, but it does look fun. I just gotta think about it and just, do I want to participate in this stuff and, you know, not be able to hold 2K accountable in their lawsuit and everything like that for predatory actions and everything. So I just want to see how it's gonna play out, honestly. Are you guys sold on 2K after seeing this trailer, or you just kind of think it's the same old BS and they're just... 2K is really good at marketing. That is for damn sure, okay? They know what they're doing, and it's apparent. Because every year, the hype train starts, and somehow Ronnie 2K convinces us to get NBA 2K. So let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. I'd love to hear with you, and let's have a conversation about the city, about NBA 2K25. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. I know I might not be buying the game and playing the game, but I'm still going to talk about it, still, you know, stay up to date with it and everything like that. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys in the next one.